Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tianshu Yin, and today I'm presenting my research conducted in partnership with MODUS, titled Governing Density, a case study of North Shore municipalities' responses to provincial housing mandates in British Columbia. This project examines how recent provincial housing reform, especially Bill 44, 46, 47, and 25, have been interpreted and implemented by two North Shore municipalities, West Vancouver and the District of North Vancouver. So let me begin with a question. Everyone, how many small-scale multi-unit housing SHMU applications do you think these two municipalities have actually received? Any guesses? Great. There are great answers. So the answer is 0. That is the central puzzle of this study. Clearly, the law changed. Municipalities update bylaws, staff produce reports, council debates compliance, and province pushed harder. But none of that automatically translated into actual redevelopment update. So my research asked, why did governance move faster than housing production? My argument is that provincial mandates changed entitlements, but they did not automatically change feasibility. Across both cases, 4 barriers stood out. First, land values. Many lots were already expensive, well-built, and not easy to redevelop. Second, topography and servicing. Steep slope, hazard condition, and infrastructure constraints limit easy uptake. Third, politics and process. Compliance were often narrow, contested, or delayed. And finally, housing form matters. Just because density is permitted does not mean it is affordable, strategic, or likely to be built in every location. West Vancouver is the clearest case of what I call selective adaptation under pressure. Under its earlier Bill 44 response, the district enabled only on 381 parcels, which is less than 3% of residential parcels. Then the recent expanded Bill 25 framework that rose to about 10,400 parcels, which is roughly 83% of residential parcels. So on paper, the scale reform became much larger, but in practice, West Vancouver still showed very cautious response. The municipality complied narrowly for Bill 44, but defensively for Bill 25, while trying to preserve the existing low-density planning framework. In affecting SHMU area like this, the laws were already valuable, well-maintained, and not strongly incentivized to redevelop. At the same time, local debates focused heavily on neighborhood characters, infrastructure, slope condition, and provincial overreach. That helps explain why uptake stayed at 0. So in West Vancouver, provincial pressure clearly produced movement, but did not produce immediate development. Compared to the West Vancouver, the District of North Vancouver has a stronger fit with the provincial reform. DNV has about 17,000 SHMU lots. However, only about 2,900 feasible are for SHMU development, while about 8,500 lots were facing infrastructure and servicing challenges, and another 8,500 lots were exempt through natural hazard development permit originating permit areas. DNV also moved more proactive on zoning, development, finance, and two transit-oriented areas. This is the Phipps exchange, for example. But outcome was still the same, 0 SHMU applications. This reflects the limits of legal reform alone. DNV still faces major constraints, including hazard areas, aging infrastructure, servicing issue, grading, and access. So even where provincial mandates align better with local planning logic, redevelopment uptake remain limited. So my main takeaway is this. Province can standardize law, but it cannot standardize local conditions. In North Shore case, governance changed faster than housing production. Provincial mandates accelerate municipal action, but they did not guarantee redevelopment uptake. The broader lesson is that housing delivery still depends on the local realities, geography, infrastructure, politics, market conditions, and the type of housing being enabled. So provincial intervention matters, but the legal reform alone is not enough to produce housing on the ground. And at last, I want to thank to SCARP WMAX, where I had my first met with my fiancée, Emily. Thank you all.